And here we are, map 2 between MVP and North, looking for spot of the major. And MVP on their pick nuke, it didn't quite go according to plan. Maybe if they'd eked out a couple extra T rounds on that first half, they may have been able to do it, but that wasn't the case. And North, they stood the test. And now I feel like the series just gets easier for North, James. It feels like now is when everything should go according to plan and nothing should go wrong. But it is Inferno, and you never know.
Yeah, that's a solid 94% for North. I think North will feel strong on their T side, the way they abuse the numbers game. It's nice to see an example of that, actually, based on some of the Infernos we saw in the CIS section. I feel like it was a little lacking, and maybe there's something to be had in the simplicity of those kind of plays from North. We'll see if they do the same once we move into Inferno. Very strong position now. They've got a lot to prove, this squad. It is unacceptable for them to not make the major. They will feel it was impossible for them to get to this point in the first place, but such is life sometimes. Indeed, it was a good game of nuke from them. Switch things up at the right times on the CT side. They were expectant of a MVP who perhaps lacked some depth on their T side.
Yeah, it seemed like they kind of ran into a brick wall at a certain point with regards to what they felt like would, what would be strategically viable. So Inferno is an interesting one because it's a map that it's been pretty solved, I would say, for quite some time, and it's really just about executing the kind of decision-making that everybody knows already better than the other team. And it's also about understanding how to get ahead when it comes to sort of predicting what the other team's going to be doing and so on and so forth. Typically, it's a map where the CTs struggle for information because the T sides play very strong defaults and rotations are punishing. But North aren't a team that necessarily rely that heavily on defaults, so I'm quite curious what their T side is going to look like. And, oh, hey, here we go. North on the T side to begin things. And MVP will be defending once again. They have an incendiary on HSK, which is always fun to see in a pistol.
On the CT side, maybe for a retake of the B-bomb site. This is the third four-man stack top mid we've seen on the CT side of Inferno in the last day or so. Gade gonna smoke off the arch position, maybe. Oh, look at this charge! Maybe you heard the grenade being primed, and HSK delivers 3 headshots. This is quite the war of attrition. The bomb's down for the time being. Stax doesn't know that one is in the apartment. He's got to be careful, backing up. Didn't expect Kiabi. Do they know where Zeph is? I don't think he's fired any bullets just yet. Plenty of sound cues for him. The bomb needs to be collected. Playing an off angle, trying to catch him by surprise. What will his timing be like? Kiabi's made his crossover. Big headshot from him. Solid pistol round from North eventually. I like the push from the CT, so that must have been terrifying for all concerned.
That was really cool to see. And again, playing retake on the B-bomb side, it seems to be the meta right now, at least from what we've seen at this minors. And lots of teams are doing it. They already heard apartments being taken by North, so they were kind of primed and ready to strike. They almost made it work there with some great work with HSK, but strong buy from North, of course. Be looking to go straight up banana as the CDs go straight down middle. So just USPs, however. So this should be difficult for them to get all that much done. We'll get the bomb in their hands. They've actually got a lot of dings here. Valdez really weak as well. It's actually a 2v2. Are there any guns to be collected?
Days.
Maybe just about going for the guns. Zion's actually picked up an AK-47. AC comes in from the back. That's the AK out of the picture. And the remaining players have enough health. But 3 kills with just USPs, James. That's awesome.
That's
for MVP.
amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's much more than you could possibly hope for. Very, very good.
It's so hard to predict how those fights should ever go when everyone's stacked up in choke points like that. You would imagine, like, oh, it's just USPs. They've got no Kevlar. How could they possibly kill anybody when they're up against all the SMGs and rifles and armor? But invariably, kills are had. And AWP has had for HSK. All those kills that he got in some of the previous rounds, definitely adding up. He's got Kevlar as well. Oh, wow.
How about this? Proactive play from MVP. Is it going to pay off? Zeph is blind and the flame's going to be put out of his misery. And there is the B-bomb site quite taken. But Sign is trying to make it competitive. 3 versus 3 before the bomb gets planted. Not into Banana just yet. There's a smoke at the top of Banana, which might be a clue for them. But they're moving up towards A. Are they going to save, I wonder? They don't have a defuse kit on any of the players. They feel like it's too risky to head into Banana, so they'll just hold on to what they have. Promising start for MVP, but North just got the frags towards the B-bomb site.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, taking away 2 AK-47s, and they picked up some utility from the dead bodies as well, Valde and Kirby. So ultimately, it's not the worst loss in the world. And I got to say, you know, Sign has been really impressive in his ability to get kills and get multi-kills. So I'm really enjoying how aggressive and how successful he is when he's going for those fragging positions. And North 3-0 for them, but it's not been easy. They have lost players every single one of these rounds, and MVP will be hitting pretty hard in this next round. You know, they save 3 guns, so they will be able to get a pretty strong force buy, well, it's going to look like a decent full buy actually. A couple MP9s will be in the mix. And here you go. Sign just throwing down towards that pit position, that ramp position.
Where's he going to go? Past the angle, into the angle. Looks like he may be grenaded off early. They know MVP have an AWP and might be looking for something early. So they'll take those options away. Sign spotting. Got to be really careful about that jiggle. It's quite a deep one in that position. And again, North keep it simple, just abusing the numbers. This time they'll be able to trade around the arch position. The bomb's been spotted, but which way is it going? MVP don't have the information towards Banana, so they not really sure where North might be headed. And you can see Zephyr's gone to the well position, between the well and the tree on B. So Banana is a relative unknown for both teams. HSK looking to pick one off. He gets AZ in the red. Stacks is here for support. Beautiful stuff. Got to rotate back now. We've got the bomb on the floor, but Gade can pick it up. It's just Gade now for MVP to deal with, rather. He's picked up the bomb, created some space with that smoke grenade, so maybe he's got some cover to fall back. Zeph by the arch position, closing the distance down with the MP9. Grenades over the top, and the AK actually will be found, and there's a round for MVP.
Yeah, that was really nice. I like that shot from HSK. It looked like a very tight kill onto Kirby with that AWP. And this is fantastic. You know, we saw MVP not quite having, well, they weren't getting the wins, but they were doing a lot of damage. They picked up those AKs, and I do wonder now exactly what they'll be capable of if we're going to see them playing very aggressive when they get the initiative, or sorry, I should say when they've taken control of the economy game. Are they going to start getting really aggressive? We're going to see like really heavy Banana takes, or will they just play really passively against North? You know, any well-practiced team, any professional team should have multiple ways of playing a CT side depending on how they interpret their opponent's strengths or weaknesses to be. And there we go, we got the deep Molotov, or incendiary I should say, and that typically indicates Banana aggression. You can see the deep smoke on Banana, so Banana control has been achieved.
Sign holds onto his smoke grenade for now, trying to use good timing. Again, North just bursting really. They get position and then they execute, no messing around. This time they'll be denied towards the A bomb site. They have for the most part taken control of the apartments, and perhaps they'll look towards Banana now, at least AZ will with his Krieg. North still staying top mid for the moment. Seems they have intentions over there.
What AZ did kept an additional player on Banana. It's so small, the amount of effort he has to put into it, but he's kept the 4th player away from A.
Well, looks like they're going to burst through the smoke. The CTs are holding though. Still 2 of them on the A bomb site. Just the 1 frag for North. And the bomb is dead in the middle of the site. AZ looking for something over the smoke. Might find Shatter, but then the same could be said. Not sure if he spotted some movement around that smoke there. AZ into the pit now. There's a shot. Oh, he could do some damage here, AZ. Do they want to keep giving 1 versus 1? He's got good cover. That's a beautiful grenade, though. But there's nothing to follow up with. Just some more harassment. AZ could make it expensive for the CT side. You could argue that it is already expensive. Shatter might find a nice shot through the lip of the wall, but AZ's managed to reposition, looking for more 1v1s. Inviting a peek. In the pit now. Nice elevation. Where's the arch player to trade? There we go. Good damage though by AZ. Squeezed out as much as he could.
Yeah, he did a really good job. And also, you got to hand it to MVP. They were 3 versus 5 there on that bomb side, but they really wiped out that push, which is impressive. And again, that small thing, I really have to highlight it. What AZ did by just harassing Banana, even though North were always going towards A, it just creates that doubt that the C's can still go back towards B in the fast timing, and you just don't know. And so that's something that all teams should be doing. And whenever I see teams not doing that, it's surprising because you can do it every single time. And sometimes you'll do it, and hey, your team can push all together with it, and really make it so it's completely unknown what you're doing.
This has got to be a balcony burst. AZ's got the flashbang. He throws it. The smoke is beautiful, though. That smoke is so, so, so perfect. You could crouch in front of it as well and just block people as they try to come out, make life even worse. Sign looking for the ace there. You can see him smiling. Not going to get it. It won't matter, though. Plenty of positive wailing from the MVP squad.
Yeah, and again, like they have taken control of this CT side completely now, so looking good. We saw that on the previous buy versus buy, they went for the deep molly on mid and the deep mollies and smokes and so on Banana to take control of that. So would expect them to be doing the same sort of things here. There's no reason necessarily for them to mix that up. And if that is the case, North showed that their response to that was to just take apartments, take middle, go for A. And so, North have it available to them now to challenge that smoke quickly or in a delayed timing on Banana, if that is to be the way that MVP play it. And that is, default stuff for the CT sides in the current meta, going for aggressive Banana play. And it shouldn't really necessarily be that meta, per se. It's just strong. It's just a strong way to play this map. So here we go. We're going to find out all the answers now. 3 players towards Banana does suggest that MVP might be going for the aggression once again.
An exchange. Ooh, we've got a push from MVP. Getting aggressive. That's a lovely meaty grenade and another one. AZ's barely seen anyone. He's got less than 10 HP. But he's still alive and he's got a Krieg. So he can pop somebody in the head, and that's all important. It might be passive angles for now.
Wow, that's almost 200 damage, James, from utility. That's 180 damage or so.
Not too shabby. Good way to start things off. Zeph's been left alone now on Banana, looking to re-smoke perhaps. Gade and Yugi have got intentions. We can see, I think, flashbangs being lined up from T-Ramp. Oh boy, he's in trouble. They're coming. He's not going to get around the corner. He outstayed his welcome. North with a nice read that is going to be one person, Banana, and charging towards B bomb site. They've taken position quite swiftly, quite violently. All there are is flashes and smokes for the retake. Gade trying to clear. There will be a trade, though. Still in favor of the T side. Yugi is going to go down for free. There's a play by Newbox who will be seen as Sign falls back. That is a very important frag. Gives more time for the CTs as they are closer to the site. Flashbang helps as well. A deeper smoke grenade, but they could still boost over it, and they're going to try.
Going for a 3rd time, that's so outrageous. Getting punished for it heavily there. Now it's a 2 versus 3. Some of these players are weak, AZ and Valde in particular. Kirby at the back of the bomb side here. Valde staying in pool. And this is going to be very difficult. You can see Kirby's got a fantastic position. And that's going to be them closing it down. And so this is what I'm talking about. They were able to punish MVP for rotating somebody away from Banana. Just because you're aggressive on Banana, just because you take map control away. Now, and North are saying, hey, that's not, you're going to have to always keep the second guy here because we're showing you that we're happy to just push this anyway.
They are being conditioned. Beautiful stuff. Great awareness from North, using experience to their advantage. AWP for both sides. Shortcomings in the grenades for MVP. 3 players towards B to begin their proceedings to take Banana. Big investment from them. They've got 2 smoke grenades left. The 3rd man will rotate. There's an exchange of fire. So it seems Banana will be held onto for a while, as long as they're not too greedy. With the smokes, you can see another one being deployed, and they will indeed rotate that 4th person towards A, it seems. So they will not be conditioned as far as MVP are concerned, despite North's best efforts.
They have no more utility almost, though, MVP. They've got 2 smokes and a flashbang. That is it. So if North are playing this round really slow, which appears to be the case, they'll slowly get a huge advantage in terms that MVP won't have the ability to correctly, or well, they won't have the ability to counter flash, to counter smoke, and so on and so forth. So MVP might have to be aggressive here. They might have to take some big risks. They're playing passive on both bomb sites at this point, so it's going to come down to them just hitting their shots at this point, which is not an ideal position to be in. Oh, look at that creep though from Cyan. That's beautiful. Finds one just dropping on top of the roof there at the porch position. That's a 5 versus 4.
Zeph making his way towards Speedway, maybe. Just wondering. I think they are a bit scared towards B, you know, after that previous round MVP. Still with 2 players towards B and no information towards the arch area. Playing deep in the side. Look at the double creep through the smoke. Works out and they've got the information. That is absolutely crazy. Talk about synchronized swimming. 2 players pushing either side of the smoke at the same time. Both getting frags. That is quite something from North. A brazen play and it works out perfectly. MVP didn't have that 4th player towards the arch position. Maybe the play from the previous round has paid off for North and given him extra position on the A bomb site due to fear.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like if you take that arch position at that timing as well, it's kind of awkward because you don't know if the Ts will try to wrap in towards B also. So it's really difficult to know, are they actually B splitting us? Like we don't really know at this point. And MVP, as I mentioned, they were in a position where they needed to get some information. And I think that when Sign dropped onto the porch roof and got a kill, managed to get out of there, I think that might have just, that could have been one of those spots where, okay, this is not perfect information, I'd like some more, but we maybe should just risk it based on what I've seen. Like I've seen enough. And however, you know, they had to second guess that and they kept 2 on B, so life was made difficult. But you got to hand it to North too, because there was that smoke down on Moto, which is difficult to deal with, and they actually decided to push the smoke and instead of waiting it out, which I think is really smart because they pushed it in a synchronized way, 1 player close, 1 player far, and that actually worked out really well. And a lot of teams are really afraid of pushing smokes.
Do MVP have the confidence to make what they feel is the right decision? Or has North's behavior colored their impressions of a scenario and what is possible? Seems they are playing to the tune of North's fiddle at the moment, but they will need a aggressive performance now with Zeta on the AWP and Zeph on the HE grenade. HE grenade, the M4. Hello, back in the room. So HSK starts towards the B bomb site and Zeta's got cracking with the AWP as he needed to. Yugi's being picked off, and as you'll sometimes see, the AWP will be rotating position immediately. North may look to execute into the B bomb site before the AWP can get into position, but that smoke is a problem. The bomb now moving away, but again, sometimes you expect that rotation and we'll make a play elsewhere anyway, but there's a ding-dong, Stax taking Kiabi out. There's a rifle loss in a very forward position. So that's going to be an issue. You can see Stax has picked up that AK-47, and now it's just guesswork for North. However, AZ may have just heard some rotation from these CTs. They've been kind of loud. I wonder if Zeta's scoped in. Who's this going to be in favor of? Is AZ going to get traded? Zeph's at the back of the site with an M4, but he's not peeking just yet. There is a rotation coming in for the CT, so they could go for the crossfire. Jumping straight into it. Where's the peak? There's the peak finally as the bomb moves up, and now there are only 2 North players left, and they don't really have position anywhere.
Yeah, but they've absolutely nailed it. Just immediate decision made, which is so crucial to be decisive and throw the molly in there. Just create that question that they might be going towards that B-bomb side, and instead the bomb makes its way towards A, and here's Valde. Oh my god, the jumping there from Zine. He could have caught Valde off guard, it feels like. Valde wasn't looking, but that jump really just gave him enough time to react. And now Zeph has to hold on to the AWP, so
Stax conceded all position on the A bomb site. I think they expected it was going to be a committed B play. Left the pit, went towards the arch position. No off angle to take North by surprise per se. Not the usual one. There were stronger ones to be had as a just in case, but that's a chance come and gone for MVP. A lot of mayhem in that round, but it will go the way of North.
Yeah, it's interesting too. You know, AZ gets that second kill on the AWP there on Zeta, and if Zeta, if he actually hits that kind of reactionary flick, the round is pretty crushed for North, honestly, at that point. But AZ converting 2 was huge.
So much opportunity there for MVP. But it is what it is. 6-3 for North. In the driving seat at the moment. They've broken the money more or less with MVP. You can see the buy is less than ideal for the South Korean squad. 12-8 is signed, pulling out the M4A4. A little light on grenades. Went aggressive with the AWPs. Good start, not a good finish. Now they have more weapons run at AWP. 3 players starting towards Banana. The initial grenades as per usual. Forward smoke from AZ to create some space for himself. Some flashes maybe from a teammate. Picks up on the logs. They're trying to catch MVP off guard, but now he's down to 3 HP this time, and he'll get finished off by the grenade of Zeta.
Yeah, they'll immediately rotate 2 people, but once... And this is cool because they have to be able to do this. North speeding things up towards top mid now, and so in a North in conditioning them previously, it's not going to work out this time, and we'll have 2 players coming in, swinging for the trades from Arch, and that's beautiful. HSK gets a double, and that will close things down. Such great decision-making there from MVP, not to be afraid to rotate off of B and to just leave 1 guy there. And that is what convincingly wins them that round.
Quick flurry, and MVP have got themselves 2 AK-47s. Not a bad position to be in. Attack pause from North. What is next now? How do we put MVP on the back foot again? Always good to have Inferno in a series. You never quite know what's going to happen. Doesn't seem too clear just yet where this one will be going. North have so much to justify in their path to the Major, and perhaps in the Major itself as well. The size of the brand, the size of the org behind the brand, and the expectations they must have.
Yeah, North are a strange one because they're one of those teams that, if they can pretty much beat anyone on any given day. Okay, so Galil sees that. It's not really perfect, is it, for the likes of North, but they'll have to make it work. They got full nades at least, and presumably that's the reason why we'll see the Galil and the CZ is so that they could load out on nades. And that will allow them to play the entire rounds. You know, if you don't have any nades, you can't really do that much. Oh, interesting smoke there for the hardball. Denies some information, denies some pushing possibilities for the CT side. And you can see it will make HSK go passive on the B bomb side. So this has been effective in that sense, a quick flashbang forwards. So it looks like they're just really trying to keep 2 players on B right now as they make their way up towards top mid.
Yeah, I like that. Forces the CTs to concede the Banana position. You don't know if a stronger execute is coming behind that to really take Banana, and because of the previous issues, indeed, they'll have to put a second player over there while the usual stuff happens towards the A-bomb site. They just don't know more. North are setting MVP up to be in a nervous situation in that respect. And again, they're looking to just abuse these numbers. 5 versus 3. They're rotating through to the arch position with the bomb, but Kiabi's being picked off. Seta just waiting for the eventual pick from AZ. But now he has a denial of information. Do they creep through the smoke again? Looks like they're going to. This time it won't be so successful. They can't get that synchronized push. And there's big gambles. How does Valde do that? What the hell is that? 3 kills through the smoke after 2 of your teammates just got wrecked. Has he got time to realize he's got 12 bullets to find the other 2 players? This would be quite an absurd ace, but it won't happen. But what a ridiculous effort from Valde. The fastest second frag you'll see. Absolutely absurd.
And I was really impressed by Stax as well. I actually thought that Stax was only going to be good for 1 there. He was so precise with the FAMAS. MVP have shown some great work here, but look at that. Just 3 players just immediately falling in front of Valde.
He knows he shouldn't be anywhere close to doing that. You can see it on his face.
It's like it's like the king has arrived, and everyone has to get on their knees to show their fealty. And Valde enters the A-bomb site. Things do not go well for the CTs, but I have to say, ultimately, MVP have been, honestly, with just 3 players holding that bomb site pretty damn well. Mechanically, we see some great stuff from the players of MVP. And that's one of the things that was always, for example, in StarCraft, right? How you have the Korean players were mechanically by far the most superior players in the world, and for so very long. I can see some glimpses of that mechanics, the Korean mechanics here, and It's been very enjoyable to watch, and it's just pistols for North, but maybe the burst could provide success. All it takes is a fast entry kill, and then things can quickly get out of hand for the CT side. And in comes the flashbangs. Sign and Stacks, great positions here. They will have no problem holding this, it seems. And there you go.
Beautiful. 4-play survive, all good in the hood. Some bonus money for MVP as they look to close out the half. Recovering some money after Valde's absurd performance through the smoke. Tremendous effort from him. Tremendous. And the rifles come out again. The 4 AKs, Valde will have the Krieg on this occasion. North seem light on grenades, but they're big on the numbers. So where will they choose to go? They have done well conditioning MVP to be more concerned about the B-bomb site. Got that deep molly in the mid position, and again, an aggressive take of Banana in front of the T-smoke this time. Very aggressive. Molotov all the way through the smoke. Pure harassment from MVP. They've got a fair chunk left in the tank as well. In the bank rather than a tank. But they will have that 4th player towards the A-bomb site this time. Zeph jump peeking. He's got a Molotov but no smoke grenade. So this is going to be quite a challenge to find the right timing for it. I mean, if he spots AZ peeking there, he can't really even throw the molly in a useful position. HSK rotates over, but he hasn't got a smoke either. And now Shutter's rotating as well. Not messing around, running up the speedway position. Again, if you've got a player by the sandbags on Banana, you'll hear that player rotating. So MVP really nervous towards B.
But they may have made the right call here to have 3 on B, because there's only 2 smokes left on North, and effectively, if you want to hit a bomb site and you've got 2 smokes, CT and coffins are probably the best bang for buck smokes you can throw if that's all the utility you have left in your arsenal.
Oh my god.
Oh god, is this actually working? Is this actually working? They're going for a B split? Are they going for a B split? Surely they are. Here it is, yeah. Going for the B split. MVP are just all over the place now. They are really out of position. Yugi spotted, but he doesn't get an instant kill. Oh, the difference is made to collateral, though, but there's just damage on the second player, not the fatal shot. And in come the tease from Banana, and AZ is absolutely ruining them. North just completely confused MVP, and now Signs in a 1 versus 3, and I don't know how the hell this is possible.
Everybody spread everywhere. That was pretty damn crazy. It's like popcorn bouncing around in a microwave or something. But MVP are going to have to fall back, and that might be quite ruinous for them.
Yeah, oh man, it is so crazy because MVP kind of nailed it positionally, having 3 players like passive on B. North had no utility that they have to eventually go to B with the bomb. And they managed to get the wrap. And part of the reason they were able to get the wrap as well is because MVP initially rotated someone early to B, so they didn't have the proper arch presence because of that. So that made the B split ultimately the best round to be the most confusing thing possible for them.
I wonder if it was related to the utility. MVP threw a Molotov on the short position, and North threw a smoke from inside the apartment into that molly, which actually smoked them off from coming out of boiler. But maybe, I don't know if that was part of it, if it gave MVP the idea that they threw that to kind of charge the A side or something, because you saw a complete evacuation of the B bomb site. But here we are, they're still able to buy. They've got a lack of grenades on some of the players. They've got 2 French guns out.
4 on B
and
at the
4 towards the B bomb site. So we're seeing lots of different things from MVP. Got Stacks in a forward position on short, and he will soon be joined by Sign. We've got North looking for a burst of the balcony. We can see AZ with the flashbang in the usual spot. So again, North just brute force on their T-side rounds. Sign's caught with a Molotov in his hand. He's been spotted surely, but Stacks is here to help.
Yeah, Stacks has been really good with this FAMAS. That's such a key kill to slow things down, to allow Sign to have some breathing room and see the smoke coming in here. I'm not sure if that's a defensive smoke or not, but it will be very effective in keeping these CTs alive. A 3 versus 3 now as AZ goes for the wrap. Sign defense from the corner of the bomb site. And now the pit position is where the Ts have to try to attack from. And things are feeling quite suffocating at this point. Zeta coming in, but Kirby is looking for that. And this molly could end it all here for HSK. Will he be able to avoid this? Yes, it just about avoids the box there, so he can stay up. But now it's just him, and they surely know that he's there in this position. Yuki's on the angle. There's no way for HSK to even move a muscle without getting taken out here.
Kirby's got his reload in as well. He was really low on bullets. But he's going towards top mid, so...
They know he's there.
Okay, there we go. The inevitable is indeed so, and North make their way to 8 rounds.
Oh man, that was so close. And again, it's one of those funny things whereby it's happened to North before, where I've seen games where North pick rounds and they just get by accident sort of completely countered in how they end up running into a defense. And here we're seeing the opposite for MVP. Or well, rather, we're seeing MVP be the ones that are getting, like, they start Banana with 4 players. If they just had, a normal setup, they would probably have been fine. But you're going to take risks, and here comes another one, the MP9. Here comes the lineup, though, but he can't get any damage with that. None at all. Now it's just going to be down to Zeta with a scout, and surely he's going to be locked off of any angles. Oh, that's a nice shot, but there's not much left for him to do. He'll get taken out quickly.
Yeah, not much other than that to offer in this last round of the first half. Sign and Sachs with a few grenades, a few chances, a few less chances now. Sign 1 versus 3, no kit, 11 HP, and that's going to be the end of that for this half. North with a 3-round lead at half-time. A back and forth affair, but the brute force wins out eventually this half. North with a 3-round lead at half-time. A back and forth affair, but the brute force wins out eventually. We'll see if they can do more on the CT side after the break. Three-round deficit for MVP to turn around. A back and forth affair on the first half of Inferno, but maybe they've got something up their sleeve on the T side. They lost their pick of Nuke. North looked a lot stronger on that one, and of course they are a heavy favorite in this series in general. North maybe 1 half away from finally making it to the Berlin Major. But MVP will be looking to block their path. Either of these teams lose, they'll have one more opportunity to make it there. Let's see who will start off well on the second half here. 4 sets of Kevlar for North, Smoke and a diffuse kit for Valde. And again, we're seeing 4 on the A bomb side, but we're not seeing the 2-2 set up at top mid. Seeing a different... North will abandon the arch position of it. Pit, graveyards, another one in the other side of the pit under the balcony. And Yugi, I'm not sure if he's deep in A or on the short position. MVP creeping, though, towards B.
They creep in. It's so interesting that almost every team is stacking A for B retakes in Inferno pistols recently. Used to be that you push B would be one of the big plays, but AZ, that's a great headshot to start things off. Ooh, very close with the spam through the smoke as well. That kill and staying alive is huge for this retake. AZ is just holding the smoke here. You can see that he's got the angle towards the bomb a little bit off, but it's a good effort. Holds on to construction now for the retake. And there's a smoke onto Banana. That's gonna cut off 2 players for MVP. This is a problem for them.
Well, it's got a flashbang. They'll go straight through, but it's a man advantage for North. Zeph and HSK with a lot to do. HSK, you can see him at the back of the site now. They're coming from all directions. He needs some help. He's not going to get it. North take the pistol. AZ gets a cheap helmet. Pretty good start for North. Double figures immediately. Big smile for Valde. He wants to win this game and post more selfies on Instagram.
I wonder if we'll see a force buy here. It's one of those spots which is there's no wrong answer. North are 10-6. That's not ridiculous. But at the same time, if you want to play it really safe, you don't force buy. I think because it's the case that it's more safe if you can say, okay, we'll give them 11, but then we'll be in with it. An absolute full buy. And we feel like, we will be able to have such a range of different things we'll be able to do there. And if you force buy and the CTs work it out that you're force buying, it's much easier for them to predict what you're doing. So we'll see the MVP go with that safe option, just going for a complete full save. And I've been enjoying the MVP when if they save, it's rare that they invest almost anything. We see 2 Deagles and a P250. That's been one of the biggest investments I've seen from them when they decide to really eco. Whereas there's a lot of teams that just buy a bit too much, I feel like.
AZ will fall back, not using the smoke just yet, and now using the smoke. Just in case, Valde makes his way over towards B bomb site. So when showing that presence, there are less defenders towards A. You'll see sign jiggling, not giving the sound cue just up just yet, rather. Kiabi should be good, though, for an instant headshot. Sees a little jiggle, spots a bit of leg. Gade will entertain towards top mid, and he's got the bomb. That will certainly help. Flashbang to buy some time for the reload, and Kiabi takes care of Sign, leaving Zeph and a Glock to try and do something, but that something will be nothing. 11-6, 5-round lead for North as the buy comes in for MVP.
So it's all about this buy round. What are they up to? Now, one of the things that CT sides sometimes do is when they're up against the first buy of the Ts, they may not go really aggressive towards Banana because they may want to see what the Ts open up with first. Some T sides will hammer Banana really hard with utility, and if that's the case, then you can try to retake it later. But it's good to kind of get a beat on the tendencies of the T side, and they have the rounds to do it. So we get a defensive incendiary there from North. Otherwise, holding on to quite a lot of utility. We'll see double HE to the logs position that Astralis really popularized. Oh, that peek from Zeta, quite surprising. You can see that completely caught North off guard. Peek comes in from Valde. He's got to be extremely careful. Does get some good damage onto Zeth, but MVP, they've absolutely sprung onto this B bomb site and they've got position now, but there's 3 CTs already here.
Pretty close indeed. That HE will certainly help, and that will help even more. Gade of 1 HP doing hero's work at the moment. Very vulnerable to... Oh, look at that spray. North are making this retake as easy as it could possibly be. Frags over the smoke. They can't even plant the bomb. There's another one through the smoke, and the last 2 players are in the red. They still haven't planted the bomb, and these smokes are going to go. Trying to commit to the bomb plant, but there could be more spray. Down he goes. The bomb's being planted, but MVP are being deleted one by one. Gade with some pre-fire there. There's 1 HP, and that will be enough. Yugi will take both players out. That's all good in the hood. That is awesome from North. They did so much damage just setting up for the retake. There was almost nothing more to be done after the bomb was planted.
I don't think I've quite seen almost anyone do quite as much damage as consistently as Valde just did through the spray, through the smoke here, onto the player planting as well as the other players. A great HE. But hopefully we'll see Valde's action here as well. So look at how he just understands the angles perfectly here. Just lines it up absolutely perfectly each and every time.
And that HE is why you see sometimes people planting by new box when the smokes are up.
Yeah.
Because those HEs are becoming more and more common, and Kiabi is taking liberties now.
Oh,
Even
wow.
smoking for this position.
Yeah.
He takes that sign, but is he able to fall back? There'll be more investment of grenades to help him secure the 5 versus 4 situation. And in the meantime, there's harassment from North on Banana.
Those nades are really interesting. Oh, thinking AZ there, Valde. Got to be careful with that, but ultimately it's a 3 versus 5 here, and you can see that there's just a huge struggle. Trying to get the smoke down, but in comes Valde for the kill. And North are swinging really hard at the moment, and MVP are taking all the gut punches, but you can only take so many of those before you hit the ground.
The liver shots.
Indeed, the liver shots.
Nobody likes a liver shot. Zeph and Stacks remain, and they really have been dismantled in this round. North have been everywhere.
I want to talk about those 2 smokes in mids. That was really interesting. They have a setup smoke for a one-way when you go over the stairs because see Kirby abusing that, and then the smoke to kind of cover him afterwards. That's really interesting. I wonder how often you can do that, because you could see that when North did that, they played passively on banana, because you don't want to expend your smokes, like 4 smokes at the beginning of the round. So you have to kind of pick: are we going to be aggressive towards banana, or are we going to be aggressive towards middle? So that's really cool. I don't think I've seen anyone with that smoke before. So I'm really looking forward to see if other teams adopt this and if it comes into the meta.
North have absolutely victimized MVP in this round and left them to hide by the fridge. No point opening in it. There's nothing in there. Doesn't feel that way for MVP, at least after a round such as that. Absolutely brutal. North look like they've come prepared. Not going to make any more mistakes. I'm going to allow any breathing space. They've won all the rounds so far in this half, and they're a mere 3 rounds away from the major.
I want to see that smoke again, all those 2 smokes in mid and second mid. I actually want to see...
I feel like you won't see them more than once a match.
Well, it feels like if you at least understand the other team was not going to be having AWPs and so on, it feels like it's... You could probably do that somewhat often, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. North take this round very passively.
A change of pace. Molly's towards the short position, I presume. Does that one go on the porch? That'd be pretty cool if it did. Yeah, it does. So it does. It's quite a nice way to clear it. Zeph ready for Yugi's peek, however. That was the punish they were looking for. No flash, just a dry peek from Yugi. Will they expect a second player in the B-bomb side? He starts to stream in. AZ shows his presence, doing some damage, some area control with the Molotov. He's on top of 1 versus 1, but he can't trace in time. Valde through the smoke. Again, just maims and gives them more of a chance. North as they rotate in this 2 versus 3 situation. There's only a molly left for Gade on the retake. He can throw it towards Newbox should he choose to. Kiabi popping out, catching Sign completely off guard. He was utterly unprepared for that. There's a molly for Newbox now, forcing Zeta forward. 24 HP for him, and maybe Sign getting dropped in the pool area has really made this doable for the CT side. It absolutely has. They know where Zeta is. They heard the molly. The pre-fire is there. MVP took too many liberties trying to get into position.
Yeah.
Gave up a frag for free. How on earth did he do that?
Yeah, it's quite a shame, isn't it, to see Sign getting caught off guard like that. They really didn't seem to anticipate anybody coming from Banana at all, it seemed like. And that will be the difference made. And Sign was, I think, the healthiest player, the player in best stead to save the day there. And North having all the success. Valde is so dangerous. He has been such a problem coming in towards that B-bomb site. I like how MVP are really fast to act to get onto the B-bomb site. As soon as they get an opening, they respond immediately. That's amazing. But, well, deep smoke down middle here so that Yuki can stay out here with the peaks on that AWP. North really do feel like they have so many different plays now that they're activating. And it's really causing a lot of problems for MVP.
MVP have a lot of work to do in this half. A lot of work. If they're unable to do it, they're only going to be up against more AWPs in the next game. 1 minute on the clock. Valde almost on the button. With these questions being asked through the smoke. Zeph and HSK trying to hold on after taking some heavy damage. And Valde goes back towards the B-bomb site. MVP move around the arch position. Yugi looks curious. He's starting to creep forward towards top mid, but North look like they might get caught off guard here. Maybe that's the warning they needed. That's going to split the defenses towards the B-bomb site. We've got Valde in on off angle. Is this good for 2? 30 seconds on the clock. The rotation's coming in from North. Can MVP he plays to a T? There's one. Not the other one, though. Bomb collected again, and both players on the B-bomb site have been taken out.
This is cool to see. Once again, we have that great movement onto that B-bomb site from the likes of MVP. And it typically, or I should say it's repeatedly been that MVP favor that B-bomb site. So North, it's not over just yet. It started to feel like they were taking the entire map away. They were making so many different plays all across the map, looking very comfortable, getting a lot of mileage. we're seeing some good resilience here from MVP, making it as competitive as they can. They're looking to survive with 4 players here. The money's still pretty outrageous for North, especially considering they'll save 2 guns here and the fact that Kirby has 9k already. So North's money is not going to be broken anytime soon.
One round in the bag, but only half the score of North. North so close to victory. A long fought for, long sought victory, but one that's not guaranteed. Attack pause from North, they'll keep their focus. They certainly look like a much stronger team, so I think the score is apt for the situation. That is the first round on the board in this half for MVP. Took them 5 rounds to win 1, or I guess 6 rounds to win 1. Now they need to find a lot of consistency to get all the way to that 30th round. Don't know how likely it is that we'll see it. And here is the buy for North. Perhaps something's on the floor for Kirby to collect, or he just hasn't bought a rifle yet. He has spent 4,500, so there we go, AK on the floor. Yugi with the AWP, full utility for North. 3-man approach to the B-bomb site and Banana from the CT side. Kiabi, is he good for 2? That would have been a really weird situation with the bomb dropped ahead of the smoke. Very important trade. Gade hasn't got the sound cues just yet, but he moves just in time. Outrageous headshot from him, and he's able to fall back with that. In the meantime, MVP are wrapping towards the A-bomb site through the short position. There's a 3-man rotation from North. Jumping up, Simon's the 1 versus 1. Absolutely brazen stuff, but it works.
Yeah, that's really insane. Simon's just so confident getting up into that position. Gade would have been able to cause so many problems just by the threat of his presence would have been enough for North to abuse. They're still going to try to wrap through the porch position. Their money's not incredible, though. They do lose every weapon here. That will be a problem for them, but Valley with a swift headshot, and there's problems here now for MVP as they try to hold this down. They still have Zeta in pit, but now he's been removed, and Zeph will be able to clutch it out with a double. Very nicely done. Good hold there from MVP. However, for North, we're going to have to take stock because, again, I think they lost a lot of money there. We might finally see MVP in a situation where they're forcing North to actually maybe even take an eco. Yeah, you can see the money there. It's not great.
Such an important trade from Zeph on the precipice of disaster if he doesn't get that frag. But here we are. A mixed bag from North. They've got utility though, they're good at using it. But the firepower is quite limited. MVP taking Banana for now. They've got Sign keeping the CTs honest outside the entrance to the apartments in case of any crazy flank. A 2-3 set up from the CT side. Nice spray from HSK. Got to be careful with your traces though. MVP will cut the noise with most of the players. Very early re-smoke towards the B-bomb site. Plenty of time on the clock for MVP, but they no longer have vision towards the A area. We're all here on Banana.
They need that molly for New Box pretty desperately. Those mollies need to land. Valde in a position. He's set up to succeed. It's all resting on Valde's shoulders to get at least 2 kills in this position. There go the mollies. You can see he's protected, and that's beautiful. One, there's the second. Stax and Zeta, though, will be able to clean out the bomb site. A 3 versus 3. The bomb's going down. There is not a kit to be seen here for North, so they need to make this work quickly. The damage is insane.
HE off the wall once again, and a follow-up through the smoke. Zeta's going down for free in this position. They've got a man advantage now, North. They've got the angles. Got a rifle on Kiabi, 2 versus 2. He swings wide, Sign can't track in time, and they're all wiped out. It's match point for North, and plenty of them. They are 1 round away from the major.
Yeah, great stuff from North. Really good retake. They've been very dangerous on this game of Inferno so far. I mean, again, you have to hand it to MVP because they are fighting really hard, tooth and nail, to try to stop North from taking it away from them. And another thing that I think is worth noting about North's strategy is that they're throwing in a lot of rounds that are very aggressive, where we're seeing, let's say, that round where they didn't end up losing it, but they start off by Kirby just running down mid, where Kirby's also run towards second mid. You know, there's lots of rounds like this from North. And it might be that they see MVP as a team that struggles if they lose a player initially, because that will harm your overall game plan for a round.
HSK bursting around the corner, looking for a fast play. Trying to establish control of the banana position, but they seem to have purpose behind this control. Now they move away from banana with no control towards top mid. Plenty of time though. They can clear the apartments, all the usual bits and bobs. Speaking of which, we've got Kiabi creeping through apps. What is the play here? How many people is he expecting to peek? There's one. There's no more than one, but he's seen two players and the bomb. The rotation is going to be a far one for North. They are miles away. Yugi missing his shot. Won't get too much of another chance, and we'll see what North choose to do. The money's not spectacular. They keep moving towards the A-bomb site, but surely it's time to give this one up.
Yeah, absolutely. MVP look in a really strong position. Now, North have shown some pretty strong retakes in the past, but you can see AZ is just not even a part of this, so they'll just play containment for now. And I really want to see a third map, regardless of whether or not MVP win or lose. I really want to see a third map between these two teams because I feel like MVP it's like so fun to watch them play. Oh, Gade has found a pretty nice kill there onto Stags. Clinical stuff from Gade. That flashbang absolutely ruins Zeph as well. They're really losing a lot of money here. They don't have any money. They can't lose players. Zeta cannot die to the bomb, and you'll be just about okay. Great movement from Gade there. He took down 2 players. That's enormous. That's going to limit... I'm pretty sure it's going to limit the nades in this next round for MVP, and they need everything they can get.
Kiabi in a very brittle position. Maybe expecting more presence. Perhaps there was a read of an execute towards the B-bomb site. What do they choose to do now? I don't expect them to have a Dream Eater situation on Mirage.
That isn't... Yeah, that was pretty mad.
They still need to focus on how they convert this one round. And what they do with these weapons, should they not buy behind them.
Okay, I'm really looking at that nade count for MVP.
Speaking of nades, do the other players pick up smokes on the side of North? Kiabi and Yugi, do they try to force MVP into a weird spot? Well, Gade spent quite a lot in this round, but Yugi and Kiabi will spend nothing, it seems. Gade spent about $2,000, I think. The money is more or less together. Maybe, I suppose AZ could drop an AWP, perhaps. We'll see what the money's like if they lose this round, but they have a chance to win it. 4 players towards the A-bomb site, 2 rifles. Got a few toys to play with. Gade won't be happy with that. He's got a HE to return of his own.
It's a nice lineup there on that nade that hit Gade. I'm liking that one.
The nade that hit Gade.
4 players around the A-bomb side here for MVP, rather for, well, it was for MVP, but also for North. North are actually starting to drift back now that you've got Gade in a deeper position towards the balcony. I don't know what he can see exactly. Okay, so he's here just, it's just like a one and done to catch the player that's going to be jumping in the balcony. But they'll be circumventing him entirely, which is somewhat threatening. There's always a possibility that he could go unseen and maybe get a flank and get a couple surprising kills here. That might just be exactly what happens as he is looking maybe to soon peak this, trying to figure out what's going on. Where are these MVP players? He heard a flashbang. Oh my god, he's completely missed them. He's completely missed them. He's trying to work this one out. They're going to wrap into the A site. Now his position is not quite as strong as it was. It'll still be a surprise, but here is some favorable range. That is amazing that he even got a kill out of that, though.
Yeah, but again, North don't have position. Do they want to risk these rifles? I don't believe so. The rifles are on the B-bomb site, so it's just the USPs looking to fish for something. Minimum risk for these 2 players. That gun won't be retrievable. Near the graveyard position, so they'll just try to make it expensive for MVP, who are still in a spot where they can't really afford to lose too many rifles. It just weakens what they may have. When they need to win every single round, a grenade missed here or there might be an issue, and Yugi, he might as well go and try and pick up this rifle.
Yeah, this is problematic. The MVP and their anti-ecos keep losing. Oh, Yugi actually died to the bomb.
Yeah.
But it's pretty disastrous that they keep losing so many players. I mean, again, it's part and parcel with playing at this level. It's very difficult when you're playing against people that are so skilled individually that even with a USP, they can win a fight against you with a rifle if they hit that first headshot. So there we go. A couple rounds won by bomb detonation for MVP. 5 rounds to go for overtime. Here they have to really show us their grit and their determination, and their ability to handle the pressure. And we got 4 players to start towards B here for North. So that will avoid most of the HEs there. Oh, a third delayed cheeky HE. That's going to catch him, though. More utility getting thrown in. So a lot of information early on for MVP, at least.
Sign fishing for something towards the mid position. A deep flash towards short. Taking the angles away, looking for all the boost spots, and they've taken top mid. Still 2 players on banana for MVP, maybe looking for an aggression of some description from North, but they're passive across the map. 5 M4s. So I do wonder about the spending around prior and the lack of AWP here. I feel like they could have managed that a little better.
Yeah, I'm curious how MVP interpret this round because North are moving around a lot themselves, and North are gambling in that sense. They don't really have the info to know what's going on. But perhaps, as you say, James, because they don't have the AWP, they don't have the nades, they don't have really that full buy, they feel like they have to take these risks. And looks like MVP have nailed it, but Gade, if he delivers a multi-kill here, this could be problematic. And in they come, and he's not blind at all. This is a perfect position, but he can't get the multi-kill. Just down to Kirby now, and I thought he'd been spotted. He gets a headshot, and he gets out of there. Stacks goes down towards Boiler as well. There's huge problems now for MVP. This could be it.
Yeah, this could be curtains. Kirby might have just done it on his own, charging through the smoke again. Notorious plays from North, and there we go. They've made it to the major. Finally, with a solid performance over MVP, North make it to the Berlin Major 2019.
But I have to say, although North, this result for them is absolutely expected. It wasn't expected that they would have to do it through the play-in, but expected that they would qualify nevertheless. I am impressed by the boys from Korea. I feel like Team MVP, they've improved a lot since I last saw them. I'm seeing a lot of just way better Counter-Strike, better fundamentals, and more resilience, and that really excites me. I really hope that they're able to deliver more in the coming games that they have to play.
Yeah, North using their European Counter-Strike experience to help them overcome the Asian invasion on this occasion, but South Korea, MVP, they can definitely... They've got another chance. They've got another chance versus INTZ. It's not over just yet. There's one more crack of the whip versus INTZ, who must be disappointed at their loss earlier on. But congratulations to North. A solid performance. Finally, we see a solid performance from North. After some disappointment earlier on in the minors, they've made it to the major. They've added their sticker to the collection. Yeah,
and that wasn't a match where it's just a complete given. Again, I feel like MVP had some really scary stuff that they showed us there. But North, they did look steady. They didn't look like they were having a spot where people were choking or there was some kind of issues that were a bit unusual. It looked like they just played their game out and they were able to execute their playbook, and it worked out pretty well. I don't think there's anyone really to cast aspersions to as far as performances across the board. There's just went as it was supposed to go.
Yeah, absolutely. That's they've got to be super happy with that. I do believe we're going to Sue now, who can ask some questions to the North.
Thank you very much, guys. Congratulations, Valde and everyone from North. I know it didn't work out at the last minor, and even at this one, it wasn't the easiest journey. But how much does it mean to not only have gotten this second chance, but to succeed and qualify for the major?
Basically means everything to us. It's been no secret that it's been a really tough period for us. Yeah, it's been a long roller coaster, and to finally be back in the major circuit is like one of the biggest achievements for us right now. Obviously, it's like just a qualifier, but yeah, we are really happy, and yeah, I think happiness is like an understatement actually right now. So yeah, really pleased.
Everyone at the minor last week had expectations that North should qualify. How much do you think that burden of expectation was on your minds as you played?
Well, of course, it's always on your mind, but I think the most important thing is like the expectations you have like towards yourself. And yeah, that's what hurts the most when you lose a game. It's like not really other people's expectations, but rather like what do you want and expect from yourself. So yeah, really pleased about being back in the major and just looking forward to yeah, come back here and play.
100%, and I think everyone can agree that when you take a look at the players that you have, everyone's a phenomenal player, and especially together, you guys have so much potential to be a championship team when everything is going right. But as we saw last week, when things aren't going right, it really seems to be a struggle. So what do you think was the biggest issue?
I think we had a lot of communication issues and maybe a bit of confidence issue. It's hard to say. We lost a lot of rounds we shouldn't have, and yeah, we tried to go back during our week home and kind of get a mental reset, because we knew obviously coming back here for the play-in was really important. And yeah, I'm just lost for words right now and just hope we can do good at the major itself.
And speaking of words, Kirby, you've been extremely candid about the struggles that you've had in the last 2.5 years. In fact, it's been exactly 2.5 years since you were the MVP at the Major back in January 2017. So how hungry are you to sort of turn things all around at this Berlin Major?
I'm really hungry. We're going to go back home, celebrate first of all, and be ready to play in a few weeks. We made, I don't know what to say, it's just a huge relief to finally be at the Major, and we didn't fail the minor this time, so that's really just the first step. There's still a lot of weeks and games to go, so just be positive, and we can go far, definitely.
Sounds fantastic. Valde, any last words for the fans?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for supporting us all the way. We know it's been a rough period, so we really hope we can give people and ourselves a good major result.
Well, congratulations once again, and your fans will be able to hear the roar live in Berlin as North have qualified for the Major.